Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the advanced cryptography world around us, and this time I would like to share with you some of my views about so-called unification. We know that from time to time larger geopolitical organisms like empires, or nowadays we call them unions or pacts, are being created. Like nowadays we have European Union, so this is Union of European Socialist Republics. So we see that from history, when territory gets united for too long and there is not so much competition between the smaller geopolitical organism, I mean not only military competition but also economic competition, I mean people get lazy, people don't want to work hard anymore, and things are getting worse and worse, and at the end of the day this big geopolitical structure can collapse due to the internal crisis, growing divisions, and lazy and spoiled population. We see that since Second World War, 1945, in majority of regions in Europe, there was some terror of Rote Armer Fraktion and Brigade Rose in Italy and so on, but in general there was absolute peace in many territories of Western Europe and so on especially. And now we can observe, of course, there was a huge increase in materialistic prosperity, and we observe degradation of these populations and influx of many newcomers just to fill a gap on the market of workers and a gap in the number of consumers, that it's systematically decreasing in time. Yes, we see it, and I have no doubts that when we have big geopolitical entities united for too long, and if this process is accompanied by a long prosperity period and lack of rivalry between smaller geopolitical entities, population gets lazy, degraded and spoiled. Analogical things happened with Ming China, that later Manchu conquered them and established, as of now, the last dynasty in China in 1644. Previously, similar thing happened to Tang dynasty and also Roman Empire. So one can say that this relation between unification of huge territories and prosperity for the large section of population and degradation is universal and can be observed for many different civilizations, even for the ones which developed independently from each other and were geographically isolated from each other very well, like Rome and different Chinese dynasties, during which Chinese civilization reached its peak. So I really don't like these ideas. From time to time we have these cycles in history, like now in Europe there is this obsession of unification. Vast majority of European countries, especially now when crisis is hard to ignore and it's hard to deny. So elites, these business political elites and governments we see and governments we don't see, try to unify by force European Union into one state. That's why I said in the beginning of this video, European Union of Socialist Republic, dominated by psychopathically wrong and psychopathically vicious green socialism, denying reality about environment, human nature, and about entire world around us. It will not finish well. It will only cause further degradation of populations within this huge geopolitical entity once it's formed. I hope it will not be formed. And later, as I always say, Balkanization process will follow, so it will collapse like former Yugoslavia, but on the large scale. In conclusion from this video is simple, that nations or peoples with similar language, cultures and values should live on their own territory, not so big, then they can take care of it well. It cannot be too huge, and they of course compete by any means with neighbors, and this spirit of competition causes that everyone develops, because you always, to survive, you always need to be one step forward with respect to your opponents, and this is real motor of the development of human beings. If there is no such competition, if there is no such need of being one step forward with respect to your opponents, there is no development, there is no further evolution of societies and their skills. There is only decadence, consumptionism and ultimate fall. All the best, have a nice day, bye.